Well, good morning. It is Thursday, February the 18th. Well, in keeping with this week's devotional subject on God's presence and protection, I remembered an illustration from my own childhood. I was raised as a young child at my grandparents' house. It was in the city. Busy streets and an alley behind the house. So that I could play outside, they would tie a length of rope around my waist and the other end to a tree. Then I had a section of yard that I could play on and be safe. Grandma was protecting me, even if she wasn't next to me or I could see her. That reminds me of another missionary who not only knew of God's protection, but also demonstrated it in an unusual way. Mary Slessor was a missionary to Calabar in Nigeria. She often rescued babies who were orphaned or casualties of the war. Often, her home was filled with dozens of babies and infants. The daily care was overwhelming, but God always gave her strength. The nights, she said, were even more difficult, especially when one of them would cry and wake the other ones up. So Mary tied a string to each one of their little hammocks. She could lay in bed and pull the string to each hammock and rock whichever one needed it back to sleep. The Old Testament prophet tells us that we're linked to God with cords of love. Cords that cannot be broken. And while their gentle strength is enough to soothe and assure us, they're also strong enough to protect us, and they cannot be broken. Remember, as a child of God, you're linked to Him with an unbreakable cord of love. Now stop and think about that.